Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics. Alright, we have a really fun episode today. We're going to be reviewing Gold Goblin number 2, another dark web tie in. Um, and yeah, we get to find out what happened to, what happens, I should say, to Norman at least after his encounter with Chasm, which, as we all saw, left him pretty defeated. All right, guys. Now, before we get dived into Gold Goblin 2, I do want to let you know about the 600 subscriber giveaway. When we hit 600 subscribers, we'll be giving this book away. It's a Marvel #1 variant. All you have to do is like the video, comment down below, and be subscribed to the channel. And we'll be giving that away when we hit 600 subscribers. All right, guys, let's get dived into Gold Goblin number 2. Now, as always, we're going to be going heavy into spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled for Gold Goblin 2, that's your warning. Next, I always shout out the creative team, because without the creative team, we wouldn't have a comic book. So here on Gold Goblin 2, we have the writer is Christopher Cantwell, the artist is Lan Medina, colors by Antonio Fabella, and letters by VC's Joe Sabino. And we start kind of in Norman's mind. And check out this artwork. It's really actually nice artwork here. We kind of get a vision of the day that Peter killed Green Goblin with the glider to the chest, right? And we do find out that it's just in his mind, a dream he's having. He wakes up and there's Liz, and Liz is like, we got Normie and Stanley to safety, and it's just me and your assistant are here now, right? And so he's like, okay. Now, then we get this side thing of the jack-o'-lantern, the guy that used to be jack-o'-lantern, like the first jack-o'-lantern, right? And his name is Ward, or last name's Ward. The doctor calls him Mr. Ward. And so we kind of see that he's in the hospital. He's not too injured, but he's burned up. One side of his face is burned pretty bad, and he's going to be in ICU for at least a little while. Nothing life threatening, though, right? And he kind of talks and confers this with the doctor. And then we go back to Norman, Liz, and Norman's secretary. And basically, because of all the craziness that's going on with Dark Web, and taxis are turning into evil demons and eating people and stuff, Norman's like, I'm gonna personally take you guys to the safe house where little Normie and the others are, right? So he begins by driving through New York, which it's not going well. He decides he's going to divert and go through Central Park to try to save some time. Now there's a dog that kind of he sees in the road in front of him in the grass, swerves to miss the dog and hits a tree. He gets out. The dog actually ends up being another one of these kind of like visions that he's having, and Liz snaps him out of it. And as he thinks, I can't stand it anymore. The guilt, it's becoming a liability, stopping me from becoming more than I was. No one should just be the sum of their bad judgments. As the story kind of continues, and we see he's, finally arrived. They're safe at Alchemex. Normie and Stanley are fine. Barb, Mark, and Liz are safe as well. Now he's sitting alone in the state-of-the-art panic room when up comes Ashley Kafka, who we all know who she is, and she eventually reveals herself to Norman after some quite interesting banter where she gets kind of the information that she needs to know, and she says, as she turns at the end, she asks, why didn't he ask Peter about what happened to his sins, because she now has them, and we get the reveal of Queen Goblin coming in, basically the manifestation of all of Norman's sins, and he runs. He does not want to fight this. He's like, if I weren't so terrified, I'd actually be impressed. At first glance, it seems beyond somehow melded the supernatural powers of the Sin Eater with science. Tough nut to crack. And so he runs, right? And she kind of gets a blow off on him, but he does end up getting away. And I wanted to show this art too, where he gets away but ends up crash landing the glider farther away, and just manages to get up pretty beaten and battered, and as he's getting away, he picks up his phone, and he's like, he he calls Peter, and he's like, hey, it's Peter, you missed me. Leave a message or shoot me a text. Beep. And Norman's like, hey, Peter, I know you're probably wrapped up in all the chasm shenanigans right now, but I was just wondering when you planned on informing me that my sins had manifested into a darn goblin. It's Norman. Call me back. And then as he kind of goes back to his other place where he's built this gold goblin suit, right? And he's like, I have to find her before she finds me again so I can destroy her and my sins along with her. No more goblins. And then Gwen, of all people, shows up in his mind again to kind of mess with him some more. And he has a conversation with her where she's she's just like saying basically that killing someone, it has been a while, hasn't it? You're human, but she's only what's missing inside of you. As he says, leave me alone. And he's like, that's it, it's falling into place. Limbo, that's all just another Peter distraction. But this, the incessant visions of guilt, the torturous taunting at every step, it's been after me long before that netherworld portal ever opened. It must be her doing. It's all her. The perverse abjection that is Queen Goblin. She's the only one left to face. As we see during all this, that he's thinking, she's the only one. I just got to get rid of her, and all these visions will go away. Obviously, we as the reader kind of know, no, Norman, it's in your mind. You're still batty as you always have been. And so we see here that actually the original jack-o'-lantern ends up donning the hood, the mask again. And so, nope, she's definitely not the only one out to get you. You got a couple people coming for you, Norman. And so even though this was a dark web tie-in, I don't think it really had too much to do with dark web at all. Really just kind of like taking place during dark web, right? But this is actually following its own story that Christopher Cantwell wants to tell about Gold Goblin, which is super cool. I'm having fun with this story. This one, I feel like this one wasn't as strong as issue 1. But there was, it's still telling that story, and those beats, and what's going on within Norman is still definitely fully happening. He's just crazy. Sometimes the different page changes in this book get me, because I'm like, oh, what's going on? Is this actually happening? You know what I'm saying? But then you find, well, sometimes you find out it's real, as with Queen Goblin and everything, and then other times you find out, no, this is just in Norman's mind, like he's straight losing it, right? And so that's been a lot of fun. Additionally, they do have a strong character model and design with the cool Power Rangers looking outfit. So I do give Gold Goblin 2 a thumbs up. I'm having fun with it. I'm interested to see where they take this, and I could actually see Norman being Gold Goblin for a little while here, and not just being a little one note and right back to being Green Goblin. Um, there's some story to tell here. All right, guys. So that's what I have today. Remember, if you like this kind of content, you watch this far into the video, hit the like, comment, and subscribe. We got a bunch of cool stuff coming up for the holidays. We'll see you guys tomorrow, and have a great day.